and welcome back to my channel. So today I have two new products from Revlon I am going to be testing out. We have the Insta-Filter foundation. I have the shade 110 Ivory. Here is a quick swatch just so you guys can see the shade of Ivory. The Color Charge Lip Powders. This is number 102 Peach Pucker. And before we get started, I think I'm going to do some swatches of the lip powders just so you guys can see. The color selection in these is really pretty though. I feel like you could really use and wear these top 4 shades. Whoops, there you are. And the gold one down at the bottom is just for those times in case maybe you want to just go a little bit bold. So let's go ahead and get started with the Insta-Filter foundation. It doesn't actually have any claims on the actual bottle, but if you go to their website, you can see that they say it is medium buildable coverage. It's supposed to give you an all-day wear, and its high-definition filter technology captures and transforms any light to blur and soften flaws. They are also saying that this sponge is supposed to give you a perfected makeup look anytime, anywhere. And I like to include this in each one of my foundation reviews just so you can kind of get a feel for their range in shades. So of course I have 110, which is Ivory, which is their lightest shade. So here you guys can see this is straight from their website. These are all the shades in which they offer. They only have 12 shades. I don't know if they are going to be getting more. It is a new product, so we will see if the shade range expands. Because again, with the other one that I tried out, which was the most recent one, Wet n Wild Mega Cushion Foundation, the Physicians Formula, these, I mean, the shade range is like, what, 10 shades at the most? And it's just not enough. So the packaging is, of course, it's a little like tube that you push up the product with its own little squishy little top, the little sponge applicator. Personally, I am not the biggest fan of these sponge applicators. They usually are, they're a little bit too tough. I like the beauty blenders that are a little bit more squishy, that are a little bit easier to blend out the product. So we're gonna see how this works to blend it all out. Since it does say you are supposed to be able to apply this anywhere, anytime. Now it does say you are supposed to shake it well before your use. Oh man, you can really hear it. Oh dear. Oh man, maybe I shook it too much. Foundation started popping out a little bit. And it says you're supposed to just twist down at the bottom to dispense the product. I'm not really seeing much. Oh gosh, there we go. I was just twisting and didn't realize that it was starting to spill over. Whoops. So let's try to wipe up the sides and put it back on the top. I have already primed my skin. I always use my Smashbox Photo Finish just to blur out the pores. And that was all that I have used. So let's go ahead and start applying. I'm just gonna start by spreading the product out kind of all over. And then start like this. And this is a very hard sponge. That is for sure. Wonder if I can bounce it in. Maybe some more product. Whoa, that really comes up. Okay, so I've gone all the way around with my face and I've gone over quite a few different times. And I gotta say, I really hate the way that this actually left my face. There is streak marks all around. Different parts are just very patchy and it just does not look the greatest. The sponge applicator is very hard and it does not feel the greatest applying it to your skin. It's not bouncy, it's just kind of like a little rock. If you are trying to apply this really quick on the go, you are not going to get the most flawless application. You're definitely going to have to go in with a sponge on top and try to kind of even things out. Which is what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to take my Eco Tools sponge on top and then see if I need to add more product. Already so much smoother in the application. I am going to wanted to apply just the tiniest bit more product. You gotta be really careful. If you twist this too far too quickly, it's gonna press out a lot of product, and then you're just kind of left thinking like, okay, how do I save that? Really quick, I do want to mention that the foundation does oxidize. So here is ivory after it has completely dried down, and here is a completely new and wet swatch. As you can see, there is definitely a darkening of the foundation, so that is something to keep in mind. I did forget to mention before I got started applying it that normally you do get 1 fluid ounce of product. This one you do only receive 0.91 ounces. But here we are, the foundation all applied, looks really good. Of course, I did have to go over it with my Equitool sponge, and I did layer it up one more time, but I feel like I got it to a place where it looks really good. I am going to finish up with the rest of my makeup really quick, add the concealer, the contour, the highlight, you know, the entire shebang, and then I will be right back. And just like that, I am back with the rest of my makeup on. Lips are still very foundation-y. I decided to just leave it. We are going to be trying out the new color change in just 2 seconds. Wanted to ask you guys, does it look like I have a filter on my face? I mean, that's the whole claim of this thing, is it's gonna leave you an Instagram filter where you just look so amazing. And to be 100% honest, so far I am really enjoying the way that it looks. It applied really nicely, and it was actually able to hide a lot of my blemishes. Normally, most foundations aren't really able to cover them that easily, and they still tend to pop through, which I used concealer underneath my eyes, and of course my skin type is oily, so I set underneath the eyes. I didn't bake or anything like that, and I set around the nose a little bit, the forehead, and the chin area, which is where I get the most oily. So we are going to see throughout the day how it wears for oily skin. I went ahead and applied Ashton from ABH. This is their liquid lipstick. I'm no longer going to say the full name because I get called out on it. So I'm just going to say ABH, you all know what I mean. But I applied this shade, I'm going to let it dry down fully, and then we are going to apply some of the powder on top of it. Now this is a straight up powder. It's not a powder to lipstick formula as some are. This is just powder. It is very powdery finish. You could honestly use this as eyeshadow if you wanted to, which actually, in a second, I am going to try to apply some of this on top of the look that I have today. So what you're really meant to do is kind of apply a little bit on top of some kind of lip product you already have, because if you've ever tried applying just powder to your lips, it does not feel good. I tried that once when I was attempting to do kind of like a cool dark Instagram look, and I didn't have the shade of lipstick that I wanted to have, and I attempted to put powder all over my lips. Horrible situation, don't do it. So I'm actually thinking I might attempt to take a very bold shade, which is the red one up top here. I am going to take my concealer brush by Sephora. I don't have an actual lip brush, so I'm just going to take this one, and I'm going to kind of try to go around the outer perimeter of my mouth and just kind of do like a cool design. Let me scoot you closer. Ooh, just like that, you're really close. So I'm just going to go ahead and dip into this top shade, grab a teeny tiny mirror, and I'm just going to begin applying it. So I decided to just put it all over my lips. It is a very beautiful metallic finish. And I'm actually thinking I am going to be layering another color on top of it. I'm going to use the other side of my brush, and I'm going to go in, and I'm going to go into this lightest pink shade. I'm going to try to pat it on the center and just see what we can get. Ooh, man, might have gone overboard with that one. Well, here we have it layered. I don't know, I'm not too crazy about it. Let's try a different color. I'm just going to take my finger. I'm going to go in with the pink shade. And here we have it layered with the second shade of pink. I'm going to reapply the red on top because I like the red a little bit better. So I'm going to be seeing how both of these products wear throughout the day. So I'm going to be doing some check-ins It is currently 2:02. I've been talking for quite a while. The foundation has at least been on for at least half an hour now that I've been talking about these lip powders. Oh, before I go, I do actually want to test out the lightest shade right here of the pinks. I'm gonna try to highlight the inner corner and I'm gonna see how it wears on the eyes as well. Alright, now that I have properly highlighted my inner corners, I will see you guys in 2 seconds for a check-in. Just like that, I am back and it is currently 5:43 p.m. which, since I've said the time, it has been about 3 hours and 40 minutes, but I mean, I'm gonna round it up to about 4 hours because I was talking for quite a while. So here we are at the 4-hour mark check-in. And I was examining my face before I sat down to record this, and honestly, it is holding up really nicely. I don't have any weird marks where it is rubbing off my nose. I don't have the foundation around my nose rubbing off yet. So far, so good. The smile lines are not bad. There is definitely a small line in which you can see, but nothing too crazy where you can completely see that the foundation has just completely separated in that line. But the chin's still looking good, the forehead's still looking good. All the foundation has been staying in place. Nothing has been rubbing off. So I'm really loving the way that this looks so far. As for the check-in of the Color Charge lip powders, the color has definitely faded quite a bit. I did, of course, have coffee, I've eaten and all of that, so the powder has rubbed off quite a bit. I will take a little bit on my finger and apply it to this side of my lips just so you guys can see the difference in it freshly applied and how it looks now. Wondering if you guys can see that, but this whole side is so much more vibrant and red, and this side has been very muted down and it's very subtle now. It's not that crazy in your face metallic look it was earlier. So I'm kind of on the fence about this one right now. I will wait till my final check-in to give you guys the verdict about this one, but so far I'm just kind of like, But that is it for this check-in right now. I will be back in about 4 hours for me, just a second for you, and give you guys my final thoughts and the final check-in on these two products and see how they're doing then. And here we are with the final check-in. It is currently 9:45 p.m. at night. I've been wearing this foundation for almost all day now, but let's go ahead and jump into kind of my overall final thoughts on these two products. So starting off with the lip powder, the Color Charge. I hate to say it, but I really enjoyed it. I felt like it was a really cool concept for the drugstore to do something kind of new like this. You can transform any of your lips into a straight metallic using these powders, and one of the benefits is, in case you do not want to purchase a bunch of single metallic lips like I have right here, you purchase this one for $10 and you get the 5 different shades. It works out to be about $2 per pan, so it is kind of high up there in price for the drugstore, but I feel like what you're getting is really cool. I do also feel like if you have some eyeshadows in which are a straight kind of creamy metallic, because these are definitely very creamy, it's not like a shimmery shade where it feels really powdery. You dip into it and it feels very soft. So if you have a palette of the same kind and which feels very creamy, I feel like you can get the same kind of effect, which actually I'm gonna try right now. I'm just dipping into the bottom shade in the Morphe 35S palette. And there we have it. Same effect, different eyeshadows. Another cool little benefit I feel is not only are you going to be able to use this on your lips to give it a metallic kind of shine, you are also going to be able to double these as eyeshadows. And I don't know about you, but I have not seen really dark pigmented reds like this in the drugstore for your eyes. So that's one thing to keep in mind. If these are colors in which you don't really have in your collection, that you don't have metallic eyeshadows of, then this could be something that you might want to pick up and just test out if this is something that kind of calls to you. Now switching gears over to the foundation, the Insta-Filter. And oh man, did I really love this foundation. I was not prepared to love it this much. It gave me such beautiful coverage. It was really buildable. You could definitely build it up from a medium to a full coverage very easily where it doesn't look cakey. It felt really good on my skin. It didn't feel heavy, and the wear time is really nice. I am on the 8-hour mark almost, and the foundation is still looking flawless. I feel like it doesn't even look like I've been wearing it for 8 hours. Now there are, of course, a few downsides to this product as well, which number one is this applicator. The sponge is just way too hard. It does not distribute the product evenly. It leaves it very patchy, very streaky. Now another downside is, of course, the price. These two items, I mean, I feel like they are just a little bit too overpriced, for the drugstore at least. However, there is always sales at the drugstore. Wait for a sale and pick it up for less, and I feel like that is going to be a better deal when you are going for products like these, in which the price just seems like it's kind of inflated. I do want to also mention that if you do not want to spend $17.99 on a foundation, even if it is on sale, I have one here that is an absolute favorite of mine. I go back to it all the time. It is the Maybelline Matte and Poreless. This is great for oily skin. I believe it's only $5.95 or something like that. It is very affordable. And a new one that I have been testing out as well, which is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation. This one is great on oily skin as well, and I believe it is also $5.99. So if $17.99 is not what you want to spend, even though the foundation is really great, there are so many affordable options for you. And I just wanted to include those just in case. But that is it. That is my review on the two new Revlon products, the Insta-Filter Foundation and the Color Charge Lip Powder. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to hit that like button, comment down below, share the video, subscribe. I post 2 beauty-related videos twice a week. So I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.